Coriander of Tamaranean, Starfire, among the most really interesting DC characters when we look at a psychological profile. This is a woman who's born from light and betrayal, and her radiance belies one of the most misunderstood minds, I think, in DC's universe. This isn't just a story about a superhero. This is the psychoanalysis of a survivor who turned into the sun, and I'm going to be very specific about this. Now, she's one of my favorites, not just because she's gorgeous, but because she really represents a deep level of real resilience. Her story begins with this deep wound, her own sister's betrayal. She didn't just sell her out to invaders, she also broke the foundation that was Starfire's trust in family and love. And she's an emotional person, and this betrayal created the fracture that would spend her entire life trying to heal. Yet she becomes this, instead of becoming cynical or angry, Starfire becomes more luminous. That's really where she is. Her body literally converts sunlight into power, a living metaphor for transforming pain into energy. So what we call this is a post-traumatic alchemist, someone who refuses to let suffering extinguish that joy. This is still central to who she is, despite the fact that she's very, very misunderstood. So Western audiences often mistake this joy, this openness, for hypersexuality. But on her culture, affection isn't so taboo. It's actually sacred. So touch in itself is also communication. Emotion is currency. So for her, love is strength. 100%. It's not weakness. And she exposes how human culture hides behind this shame. It's repressing what it claims to desire, this act of love. And her very presence becomes a mirror, forcing the world around her to kind of question why warmth feels so dangerous to us here. Now, her powers are really emotion absolutely being maximized in nature. She absorbs energy, including rage, fear, chaos around her, but she gives back this pure plasma light. It's empathy turned into weaponry. She's not just a solar being, she's a symbol of emotional literacy. She feels everything, and through feeling, she evolves. She's not broken by emotion, she's actually defined by it. And this is really her greatest superpower, which is what people don't get. Now, this dynamic that she has with Dick Grayson is far more than just romance. It's a psychological contrast. Remember, we have to see Dick as this, logical, controlled. He's inherited trauma, his own and Batman, where she is heart. She's freedom. She's radiant vulnerability. So together they represent this psyche that's trying to integrate both discipline and passion. And this is why their love burns so hot, but it's also very unstable. It's a battle of the shadow and the sunlight inside of each of us. That's kind of what they represent. She herself, she's this modern myth. She's the cosmic echo of the goddess. Similar to Hathor, Inanna, Oya. Each was betrayed, each descended, each rose brighter, and her fire hair and solar energy mark her as a symbol of rebirth through this radiance. So she is the sun that remembers its night. Her light isn't innocence, this is memory illuminated. Now the live action Titans takes this concept a little further. She's a little darker, a little angrier, a little more grounded. She's no longer this perfect alien goddess. She's a woman who's reclaiming that light, a different part of her journey. And that's the final layer of her psychology. Sometimes light doesn't heal, it burns. Sometimes love isn't pure, it's power. And sometimes the brightest woman in the universe is the one who survived in the darkest of rooms. Representation of that divine feminine, born in flame. She teaches that joy after pain isn't denial, it's actually defiance. And that being radiant in a world that profits off your silence is the most dangerous power of all.